And we're back for game 2. Commentators, go ahead, take it away.
Thank you, baseball. All
Thank
right,
you.
we're back. Yes, for game 2 after a very nice short break, and right. So we are. I certainly recommend that you go back and watch game 1 if you weren't here for game 1 the first time. But this best of 3 series, Gamma and Rebus did take the win on game 1. So we are one more win into the series before they can advance on to the finals and face this very formidable pair, Gem and Clear Mouse. I heard good things about them, from very valid sources.
I can vouch for that. No bias, but they're pretty good.
No, of course not. Yeah, that's why. I mean, they're in the finals. Back in the be. But of course, yes. The margin between Eri and Gamma and Telethar, of course, and Ravus was 11 seconds from game 1, and Eri. This is spoiler. Things can and do happen. Being on low health in the dark, sometimes guards just attack you out of nowhere and cause you to die in Castle Tower trying to get something, and that's kind of basically like the margin. Eri did an incredible job trying to come back to the end game, as he does, and so they're looking for, in this case, a reverse sweep because best of 3 series. They would certainly like to make it to the finals, and they definitely need this win in order to advance.
Yeah, we're definitely all hoping for game 3, so everybody cheer for Eri and Telethar, but it's not like Gamma and Ravus are just gonna give us up without a fight. In fact, they are very good, and it's gonna be very close again, I assume.
Oh yeah, I 100% buy that. We kind of see in this case like the kind of skill, up on display, very high level. High expectations for both, Eri and Gamma for running this thing, and then also of course for Telethar and Ravus to be piloting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and okay, this time we actually got it.
Yeah, but didn't
we
actually get anything? Unfortunately, it looks like so. But we're gonna head over to Kakariko. Oh yeah, so very minor note in terms of mode this time. Last time it was just regular Key Sanity. This time it's still Key Sanity, just with the exception that the boosts cannot be placed in GT or on the pedestal. So the boosts can still be inaccessible. Like they could be in like Thieves Town Attic, and then like Thieves Town Big Key is in GT, right? So that can still happen, but however, just trying to limit, the possibilities of where GT, the boots can be. They just cannot be physically placed in GT or on pedestal.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and we are all at different modes. So where do you think the boots would be this time compared to last seed?
Oh, I hope earlier. I mean, they're not here in CAC, because I think if they were, we would have rushed it like immediately. Or in Light World for that matter. Or maybe we need some resources in order to go get like Mini Moldorm or something like that.
What if I told you we need like the exact same items again to get them as before?
Oh my god.
Because they're once again in ice.
they're iced tea? Oh my god.
Not iced tea this time, they're in Spike Room. But
oh, okay. Well, is that better or worse? I don't know. I mean, like, an iced tea, there was maybe not as much concern, I guess, to try and like preserve, like health, yes, is always an issue, but like, I don't know. Well, maybe Spike Chest is slightly better because it's earlier. But that would also mean that you probably want the cane. Like, there's much more of a reason to get there. Or an Ice Palace Small Key, I guess, for that matter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I noticed that this time Ice Palace is a pendant, which Peter already had marked, and we had to switch trackers to Key Sanity. Oh, but I'm sure this will get updated again. But yeah, which means so I think Spike Chest is like close enough that oh, it's all good baseball. That wasn't meant to be a slide. Just to explain why the pendants are done. Yeah, we're very grateful. So yeah, I think Spike Chest and Ice is like close enough that you still just get it, especially if you get mids this early too. Surely we also get a fire source to get in. The other upside is you can go on like very terrible equipment because you don't actually need to kill calls there, and you don't even need the hammer in theory.
That's true.
So there's upsides to it being an independent dungeon too.
Mm-hmm. I was also gonna say, so this is actually one thing I think I was the first one maybe to think about, like, you could in theory get with the fire source, we can actually go get boost before Pearl, right?
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, we can fake flipper into ice. We can get in, go bunny revive on the inside, and then just go into Ice Palace, go get our boots.
That would be so fun. If there was just a cane available, or at least, or I guess an ice palace key and then a fire rod, and you just go in. That would be so fun.
You see, and I want to say that it was maybe against Ravis, like at one point where I remember like thinking that this was even a possibility. I want to say he was somehow involved. It wasn't with Gamma as a runner, but like this is what I somehow remember from maybe like 2 years ago. So that's why I was thinking. That's why. See, Ravis is also one of the pilots who is extremely, I think, like creative. When you kind of like sometimes you can think out of the box.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's fun when you can do weird creative stuff in this world. That being said, we just went to Agana to get our moonbot.
Okay, all right, that's fine. Yeah, I guess that doesn't seem like you can really do much more for that. I mean, no flute. It looks like, well, at least not within striking distance. And yeah, so we have to go get our pearl, which means the unfortunate dream of getting our pearl before Ice Palace or before Boots is unfortunately gone. Very nice flipper by Aerie also as well. Yeah.
So you'll like what he gets here in the pro shop in a moment.
Is it a
but I think no, it starts with BO. Ends with bombos.
Bomb. Should I leave this commentary booth right now? oh, from Ice Frat. Okay, for Ice Palace. Okay, you know what? Okay, I am back on board. I am back on board the Bombos train in order to get us into Ice Palace. If that's our ticket in, I am.
I was not even in the slightest thinking about rodents there.
Speaking of rodents, we're here in the back of Escape.
Wait, hang on.
Okay, no, Pichu. All good. So yeah, Pichu, remarked everything basically for the tracker. Yeah, so it looks like we do need Bombos into Gintamire. In addition, of course, with Boots or Hookshot. Nice mirror back here. So some divergence looks like. Not Aerie, Gamma is going into Dark World Skullwoods. No, Pichu, no. You will never fail me. But yeah, I'm wondering in this case if are we rushing Boots? Do you think?
I think we are.
Need anything here? Okay.
Yeah, the reason we're here is because the Cane of Samaria is here, which will make getting to Spike Chest very easy.
Oh, perfect.
Fast.
Okay.
So to me, this looks like Gamma. Oh no, there's also
Smoky.
apparently.
Smoky. Okay.
Which
so actually, is that gonna make
actually
this
need
faster?
that. Not really, because I'm pretty sure the only thing we want to nice is the boots. Oh no, there's a T-Stone key. Yes, we want this key. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Okay, so I actually do want this because if you go the Cane way, like to the right side of Ice Palace, without the hammer, you can't get the second key. So you need this key to get out.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Because we do need to move on. T-Stone is a pendant. Thank you. We need blind cell.
We need blind cell. Okay, no problem. Oh well, this is a great. Okay. Well, see, that means that we're gonna be able to actually like not feel bad about getting the boots. It does actually look like the Aerie dropped in, right? So does that mean he's not gonna be able to get that Ice Palace small key? Because it was a map chest.
Oh yeah, you're right. Interesting. Oh, that is interesting. I wonder if that's a mistake. Or maybe there's a better ice key.
Maybe. I don't know. It's hard. Well, I don't know where the other one is, but like the fact
that
the
other one is chess game.
Oh, okay. Oh, then actually that one might be okay. Are we gonna go back? We got flippers.
Yeah.
Okay. So I wonder what the Spy Rod is then, because I mean, if Bombos really is our ticket into Ice Palace, I mean that's fine. All great because that's what Gamma's gonna do too.
Do you want to know where the fire rod is? Have you heard of the rule of fire?
Oh, is it an Ice Palace? You told me there was only Thief Town Vicky.
No, it is not an Ice Palace. It's a transitive rule of fire where the fire rod is on the Desert Torch instead.
Oh my gosh. Alright, so boots are even required for the seat. See, you always want the boots to be required.
Yeah, so we're getting our Ice Palace key here. And it's actually not so bad to come back for this, because there's something else we kind of want from here. You probably would prefer to do this with boots for what it's worth, but this is probably just the backup.
Yeah, okay. All right, it looks like, yeah,
Long
some
way, Eri.
combination of Smith maybe, or maybe hammer pegs? No? Oh, we need to, okay, we need a Smith, no problem. Just very minor, we missed one step in the step of 100 things to do. Yeah, but I guess in this case, it's actually not that bad. But yeah, you're right. We probably would like to do this with boots. Also, potentially, if we want to come back here in order to do Thieves Town, it sounds like, in order to go get Blind Cell, maybe try and combine some of that stuff. That being said, it's probably not going to be the end of the world. Maybe this will be helpful if we're here.
Yeah, so the purple chest has the flute, which is kind of why we care about it.
Oh.
I just feel like maybe it doesn't matter that much. It's Gamma will definitely be able to do this with the boots. That's the big difference, which will save time carrying the purple chest down there. But then we have to basically run back to the village again anyway to activate the flute. So at least, like, it's not like this is like a wasted trip to the village.
Yeah, and also like Gamma and Ravis took the extra, walk over to Saha to go get the flippers, right? So, it does kind of seem then, like it was still an extra cost. So then they were able to get to Ice Palace a little bit faster. Now that being said, it looks like if we're gonna have to walk the purple chest down, we're making a bunch of detours regardless. So even like yes, like boots will make things a little bit faster, but honestly, I don't know. You still have to like kind of stop your dash and then, Not really sure like how much more time you're going to be able to gain. With this, especially we don't have hook shot either. So it's not like you can really kind of like latch onto things and try and get, speed. You're probably walking the purple chest down most of the way anyway. Honestly, so I think this is actually pretty reasonable, honestly, all things considered.
It's not the worst. The bad thing is we have an additional Dark World entry on Eri's side. Because he wants to enter the Dark World for Thieves Town again when he activates the flute.
Right.
Whereas Gamma and Ravis, they will just combine it all. And the Dark World to Thieves Town, then get purple chest and everything.
There's somewhat nice, like, fluteless routing, though. You see basically just one giant loop for the overworld. And, without the flute, it kind of looks like we are still going to have to go, Gamma and Ravis are going to have to come back to Doobity Moldorm anyway. I mean, honestly, like, this is still pretty, nice. Every time we kind of try and chain things together like this, certainly can't necessarily be a bad thing, because you're not saving quitting, you're not restarting your path or anything, you're just kind of going one fluid motion. Now, that being said, of course, you're right, you certainly still want the boots for, like, you'll never complain about, boots having this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think overall, Ravis and Gamma's route is gonna be faster here, because Eri also walks all the way to 8. Kinda.
Oh, we have to the fake flipper. Yeah, I see. Okay, so I see. Then in this case, they're going to combine their flute activation, like turn in with Thieves Town to go back, right? Because they want Thieves Town big key.
Yeah, exactly. Like you do have to make one trip back to the Light World village anyway. But the big thing for Race Gamma is they save one Dark World entry, because when they end at the Dark World the first time, they can do Thieves Town at the same time.
Yeah, and I guess like when they come back with flute for purple chest, it's just gonna be one Light World entry, right? Or whatever. They're gonna be in Light World, so they don't have to go back in Dark World. Yeah. Anytime when you see, by the way, like flute on purple chest, it's like.
At least you have the mirror.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's at least better than having the mirror on purple chest, because well, okay, let me amend my statement. The runners, or you're playing this blind without a log, you are never happy to see mirror on purple chest. If you are a pilot, oh man, that is so much good time for you, because you're just like, hey, can you just go get fearless purple chest? Thanks, and then you got like 2 minutes of planning time. It's great.
Yeah. And even as a runner, it's like not the end of the world, because you're not last locating it, so it doesn't feel as terrible.
Yeah.
Right, Eri getting his boots, he's gonna move on to Freezer to get his Thieves Town back from there. And meanwhile, Gamma's going through Thieves. He got his Tempered Sword here. And he got his Master Sword, I think, from King's Tomb.
Yeah, from King's Tomb. Yeah, kind of just like a one-off, I guess. It's not like I think too bad. I guess if you want the sword, I mean, again, I think it's very reasonable. I don't know if it was worth it for them to go get the purple chest, right? Go get the flute and then you know, say when you save and quit, go get King's Tomb on the way to the village. I mean, I don't know. I don't really think it matters.
No, they already saving quit out of.
Yeah, exactly.
ice.
Yeah.
So might as well get it then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, of course, having Temper Sword is, while it doesn't make any difference on blind, it is very, very nice to have in the actual Thief's Town dungeon, because you can actually kill everything in one shot. The 5th Heart Container, certainly, you'll never turn that down. Also, it'll give you that extra hit, because everything here on Greenmail does 2 hearts of damage.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a little bit scary. I already didn't pick up King's Tomb yet, which is interesting. Because he's saving quit to Sang, so that feels like the best time to do it. The 4th sword is in Dark Rose. I don't think we're getting that. That seems slower than King's Tomb. Maybe the idea is that they have a saving quit planned in the future anyway, and then they just want to loot away from King's Tomb, which maybe is a little faster.
Yeah, and right now, okay, so Aerie will have Master Sword going through Thieves Town. Yeah, not, again, gonna be in the world. I don't even know if you actually have to kill anything. It's just kind of nicer when... Run, please. I'm scared. When, when you make a sword slash, or maybe you make a dash, the enemies are gone. And so, as long as the enemies aren't in your way, you're fine. It's just, again, when you have these Isaac, they take two hearts, or sorry, 2 slashes to kill. If they're out of their way, you don't have a problem. Just Temper Sword kind of guarantees that scenario, right? Master Sword kind of just shoves them away, shoves them out of the way a little.
Yeah. Okay, it turns out I apparently didn't look fully, and we do need blind as well, not just blind cell.
Yes. No.
Because there's something not on blind itself. Oh my god, Harry.
Wow, I don't know how he survived that. You guys see, literally, I don't know, he slid in something, and then... Okay.
Yes, we don't actually need this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Green pendant turn in. Okay, so then I think it does make the trip over, the one-off to Saha that Raybus Gamma took, just a slightly less appealing. Just because, again, Talthar and Aerie are gonna be able to combine the Saha turn in. And right now, again, they just kind of fake floated into ice, and we didn't need anything in Swamp so far, so...
Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah, that definitely
Where's this key?
makes that a bit better.
Maybe, okay. Aerie and Talthar can just mirror. After these times, just run down and go get library. That'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that's a very significant time loss, because you spend 10 seconds mirroring and then re-entering the Dark World at the Smith. So there isn't much of a difference, I don't think. And they have to mirror after this anyway to activate the flute, and they already did everything in this area.
Yeah. Thieves Town Compass is on Bobo's tablet? Oh man.
Yeah, it's very sad.
Well, we do have the book from Saha. I don't think it's gonna happen though.
I don't think that's happening.
Yeah. I both saw in this case, Aerie and Gamma getting the GT small key. Yeah, this is probably worth it, despite having someone over screen. Again, I think the bar is 12 to 15 seconds, something like that.
Yeah, it turns out Gamma actually does have Dookshot when he turns in the purple chest, so he can at least run a little bit.
Yeah, that's also true.
The purple chest and his boots.
Yes, the boots, again, you always want to do things with the boots, and the boots will save you time. There is no doubt in my mind, you cannot convince me otherwise. That being said, the margin at which, boots will improve your time is probably smaller than you might expect it to be. Boots, do boots save you, 2 minutes, maybe over the course of the sea? I mean, I don't really have much bench pressure, but over just this little segment, it's probably not going to be that big a deal. It's going to be a handful of seconds difference, right? It's not going to be minutes worth of difference.
No. Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, but you are always going to want to do this with boots. Given the option between having boots or no boots, it doesn't matter what the scenario is. I want boots.
Yeah, they are. They don't only make the game faster for you. They also just make the game more fun. And we're playing a video game, right? It's competitive, but also we're playing a video game, so we want to have fun.
Yeah, exactly.
People tend to forget about that, but we do like it. Looks like our next step is the mountain.
Yeah, this also could be a potentially, good opportunities to save and quit later, depending on what we kind of need to do. We only have one Turtle Rock small key, and of course the big key on Aries' side. So maybe this is gonna be like a one-off mountain. We also don't have ether. We're going to Super Bunny because we maybe need something here.
Yeah, there's a pretty important item in there that we do want to get sooner than later.
Is it the bow?
No, sorry.
Oh, are we gonna get a bow? I mean, we have to, for multiple reasons, of course. Eastern and Potter crystals, but also tournament rules for this tournament for this year is, regardless of what happens, you need the bow and the hook shot to be in your inventory before beating Ganon. So, like, yeah, Swamp give you a pendant, and, nice. Well, I forgot we didn't have a hammer. It's been so long. I completely forgot we didn't have a hammer.
So while we did all this, pendant thieves and pendant eyes without the hammer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, by the way, all these dungeons we've seen so far, they were all pendant dungeons. We're at almost 20 minutes now.
Yeah, we're 20 minutes in, so this one actually might be longer than the first. The first seed was, I think it was still sub 50, right? 50 minutes is pretty fast for a spoiler, as is, right? And oh wow, this is a nice hookshot cave.
Yeah, lamp and cape. Those are some very nice safeties.
I actually wondered. Well, looks like Gamma's running out, so maybe he'll end up getting these as well.
There's a TR small in there.
Oh, there was a TR. Oh, okay.
And this is probably faster than running over here before TR and then running back. And apparently we also need Hera. Looks like Hera.
Which I guess then, if we need a Super Bunny and Hookshot Cave, it still would have been, I guess, like faster to come back to Hera, because we didn't get anything that we needed for Hera to use in Hera, right? Like we got TR key, cape.
Yeah. Hammer. Yeah, the problem is that you don't have the hammer when you are in Hera if you go there first, so you can just run across the top.
Oh, right. I forgot you need the hammer. It's also one of those very pesky details.
So Aries here without the tempered sword from King's Tomb. And there's definitely a time to not have it here because you need to hit more than 3 times with your hammer. So, yeah, I don't know. It feels like a time lost to not just get King's Tomb when they save and quit the Sank earlier. But when
could have been oversight as well.
Yeah, that might be it. That's probably the most likely. That in the moment I just didn't think of it.
It is very easy to lose sight of anything at any point.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, piloting is no easy job.
I speak from personal experience.
Yeah, I don't want to be in your shoes. Like this seems so difficult to pilot well.
So we're here in the Mire area. Is this where Bo is? I mean, like, I'm a little, again, like, I'm a little, like, more just thinking about, where this, like, source situation is gonna come from, because, if we can get into Mire, we don't have a bow, but, like, Master Sword versus Tempered Sword can actually be pretty significant. I guess we could just do Desert now, with only our lamp as a... Oh, right, with a fire rod up here, okay.
Yeah. There are actually 2 bows in this area.
Oh, okay, never mind then. Don't mind me.
But we're not getting them. We're not getting them either before that. Sorry.
We're getting them before Vitrius?
One is on checkerboard and one is in Maya Biggie chest. Okay, we're probably not actually getting that one.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think we're gonna get the checkerboard one. I'm sorry, we're not getting the Maya Biggie chest one. I mean, it takes so long. The silvers certainly would still depend on, maybe how much more gameplay you have, what bosses you're killing, what other equipment you have, but like, maybe a good ballpark is like, maybe like 45 seconds. If silvers take more than 45 seconds, to even like a minute, it's getting kind of dicey, like I'm not sure how much more time you're going to be able to make up before it's always from time loss,
Yeah, I mean, Biggie chest is just too much. Especially since we already have tempered, we even have a cape. Like, the Vitrius fight is already free. So... I think the only time you'd consider getting big key chest silvers is if you're on like fighter sword and low amount of hearts and no good way to kill tiers with.
Yeah,
and you just need to be there already.
So after all that's said and done, I guess, okay, so it looks like Gamma has an extra TR key with Ravus. Nice one cycle. Begrudgingly.
Oh, yeah.
That was actually quite a very tight fire rod fight.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, we didn't do the usual strat where you stand at the top, he just stood in the middle from where you shoot arrows. And yeah, very well done.
Just use the same, one cycle bull Lambo strats that he uses for fire rod.
Yeah, so like you were saying, they have the tempered sword more from King's Tomb, and they have a TR small key from somewhere.
Yeah,
maybe that was at Saha.
Oh yeah, no, you're probably right. It's probably from Saha. And so so yeah, Eri and Telthar are going to go. No. That's
where the flippers and the book were.
Okay.
I don't know where it was. Key B7.
Alright, we save and quit. We're gonna go get a temper sword now. Again, it's kind of nice in this case, like to be able to save and quit out of checkerboard. You don't have to like run out of the cave or anything like that.
Yeah, it's not the best place to save and quit out of because it's only one transition.
You still have to get out of the cave for what it's worth, I'm just yeah, you're right. There are definitely worse places. There are better places to save and quit out of, right? Like Paradox.
Yeah. Yeah, at this point we just have Mirror and Flute. Like there's just aren't many opportunities to save and quit anymore, and they just want to temper it already. That's the main reason.
Yeah.
So the TR small key that Gamma has over Eri is in Floodgate chest. They got that on the way to Ergana, which was where the Moon Pearl is earlier.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, they got the flippers and the book out of Saha.
Right.
But they will need to return there for the green and turn in.
Yeah.
And they will also need to return to the dam for Swamp. So this actually turns out to be very efficient for Eri because they get to single up those locations.
We will go back for flippers, I assume.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. I think we did. I think we did time this.
It turned out to be slower to go back.
Right. No. Well, maybe you have to go back because you have 2 mirror transitions. I don't know.
Yeah, that's 10 seconds, and going back, I think we timed was 11. So like it's basically the same, but it's also slightly slower.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, but actually, you do make a very good point though. Like, I mean, yeah. So the fact that Eri and Telthar only have to single dip like the eastern pod area, and especially Saha, you don't have to come back for it, and they'll be able to combine, just kind of like what Ravus and Gamma did in game 1. They'll be able to combine all the swamp stuff, with the dam. So.
Are we having?
No, it looks like we don't need anything on the right side. Okay, it looks like all the TR keys are going to be kind of like free because one's on pod bridge chest, and
yeah, there's going to be another seed just like the first seed where we did with all 4 of them because they're all free.
Yeah, no, that's great. Yeah, normally you only need 3 Turtle Rock small keys because you can always go steal the Poke Key right before like the key chest. Now that being said, like on average, I think we timed this right to be like 22 seconds on average, give or take, right? Kind of depending on your equipment and how the RNG and stuff like that. But so if your 4th TR key is faster than that, you should just go pick it up. You don't have to go steal it. Just like the GT key, right? Your margin is like 15 seconds.
Yeah. I do want to have the library pick up for Eri and Telthar was worth it then. Was there to dash all the way down?
Dash all the way down, then get out of library. And then doing library, and then, running out of library. Yeah, you might be right. It's
probably not
like the margin.
Slower.
Yeah, like the margin's probably within a few seconds, honestly. So
yeah.
Just like with many things in this game that you just have to, again, like you don't have perfect information, right? If you had an oracle that told you, what all of the different combination of things, like, okay, this room takes X amount of frames or seconds, and then, going through this and this combination will take you this much time. If you had an oracle that tells you that, then yeah, you can make an informed decision. But like, we don't have that oracle, and we don't have that data to begin with, right? Unless you physically have timed it yourself or someone else has made that scenario for you. So, especially the pilot and the runner and the team, you just gotta, do your best to estimate. And if you're wrong, you're wrong, like, you just have to, hope that whatever decision you made at the time, was the best one.
Yeah. And if it wasn't, then you learn from it. You just hope it's not during a tournament race when you learn.
Yeah. That's the best times, apparently, to be able to learn these. Sorry, it's not... Okay, let me... It's not the best time. It seems to be the most frequent time, unfortunately. I don't know. I just steal all the things.
No.
Like, if Ari does it, that's where I steal it.
Kema is very knowledgeable. She times a lot of things.
I time things when I see somebody else do them. that's the important part.
Yeah, but you put in the effort to time it, right? So nobody else does that. Time it yourself doesn't mean that you have to play the game yourself. You have to time it yourself. Yeah, it's a very nice motto, by the way. Yes, exactly. Fox, if you guys weren't there at SGL this past year, in actually right a month ago, I can't believe it's actually already been that long. Yeah, Fox and the whole like Glitch and NMG crew has a nice "Time It Yourself" T-shirt because that's what happens. Ari used that shirt to hover at SGL.
Yeah, that's true.
Because the tables were too slippery to hover on because he's a table hover. So he just always used this T-shirt to put under his controller.
This is how resourceful, you gotta be when you end up winning stuff. You gotta make do with what your current environment is and adapt. I miss SGL.
Yeah, same. Yeah, again, it was such a good time.
1 month ago, dude. How did this happen?
It's like so much longer.
Oh no!
Oh no! Double ready, strike again. This is the hardest room. Like you even see Ari screw it up sometimes because it's just so difficult. You think it's easy, right? You just gotta shoot 2 guys 2 times, but no, it's actually so easy to mess up.
Should have gotten Meyer. Should have Meyer cutscene chest. Just go in, forget the big key. We don't need it. We just double dip the dungeon to go get silver, so I'm sure it's worth it.
Yeah, it's infinitely easier to shoot 2 guys once each than it is to shoot 2 guys twice each.
Yeah, Aries. Yeah. Our Aries
once again
fight is just like it's just like a dance. A well choreographed dance.
Yeah, it's crazy. So small optimization there. You can actually just use the flute to not get back into the dark world when you walk over your mirror portal instead of picking up a bomb. It saves you the like half a second or whatever it takes to pick up the bomb and throw it. You just gotta be careful not to get caught by the bird.
Yeah, that's right. You will be okay. Again, not the end of the world, right? Because you can just loop back to 5 and then just run to Saha. But yes, like obviously, it would have been a lot faster if you just were able to hop in, walk down from the eastern entrance into Saha. Right. Okay. Everything basically is kind of evened up at this point. We have a very looks like all dust has settled. Ari and Telethar have I don't know, looking like a maybe 30-second lead.
Yes, something 20 to 30 seconds, I think.
Yeah, it's basically one dark world.
Yeah, now caught up. They needed this key too.
Yeah.
That's another 3 seconds for the chest and the text box.
That's true. We're both getting a little bit bullied from the moblin. I can't believe neither of these pilots got their runner's shields. That's the most important thing to get for this screen.
Not all pilots can be worth.
Yeah. We never did see mirror shields, unfortunately.
So sad.
I meant to see what the time was. Well, okay, we'll just look to see what time Ari gets downstairs. Alright, is 32:18. According to ZSR's timer. Okay, so we can get kind of like a more accurate timing buffer difference.
And this looks to be 35.
Okay, so 17 seconds. We are still missing Meyer big, for what it's worth. Right? I mean, we're still missing stuff, but I mean, at this point, like both teams are pretty, like they have the same stuff and they've done the same things. So we're just kind of looking, I guess, to see What else is left? We have GT Big. We have GT Big. Okay. I guess that's it then. Oh, we have no Ether. So Ether and Meyer Big. We have Ether. Never mind. We need Meyer Big.
Yep. Do you want to know where it is? It's a very great spot.
Oh no. Is it in TR?
No, but also yes.
Oh my god, it's a Mimic Cave?
Yep.
Wow, what a great seed. Again, these are the kind of situations where you're just like, thank you for having, a spoiler log. I do not want to go all the way to Mimic Cave, or it's like you really want to try and find like the stuff that you need that's not on the mountain, like especially if it's somewhere in Turtle Rock. I guess maybe the keys. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe all of them like weren't that bad, so you're willing to go up to Turtle Rock, without with only maybe like 2 keys or 3 keys or whatever, so you'll be able to get it. But still, you're more than happy to not having to go up there until you're told to get up there.
Well, it's worth if you play this blind. Like, you're probably not gonna be in swamp too early, considering the Smoky was being pendant.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
And Ether is swamp, so probably by the time you find your Ether, you have all the stuff for TR just like they do, because the keys seem pretty free.
Yeah.
Very nice Argus fight on both sides.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice zero cycle force for Airy. Kind of showing off again. His energy skills. And yeah.
Yep.
One side. Very nice phase 2 for Gamma.
Yeah. Airy saved 8 seconds there. Which, I mean, his lead was 17 seconds, and he saved, another 50% of that over Gamma just on that fight. So it's pretty significant.
Yeah, this is kind of where, again, like we even saw game 1, having a Gamma had like a 45-ish second lead, over Airy, and he was, the winning margin was pretty tight, So it, especially for endgame, like if you would feel much better if you were certainly positive, going ahead, into like the climb or the end game or whatever it is.
Yeah, if you need a very sizable buffer against Airy and GT. Like at least double digit seconds. Even if you have like an insane GT, like Airy will have a better one. It is just a true for pretty much anybody.
Yeah, I mean, and we're kind of seeing in this case, right? Like, certainly the bulk of the execution. Oh my gosh, sorry, these dead rocks are giant jerks. Okay, yeah, the bulk of the execution, right? That Airy, that befell upon him, the first time, right? Was that like death in Castle Tower, and sometimes there's just things you can't do, right? Any death is going to certainly be very impactful, in terms of especially results. But you can kind of see, like Airy, not only is he fast just for room to room movement, but you can see like some of his boss fights, the tech that he does will say, is just faster than whatever, in this particular case, right? Like, I think Airy had a faster strat for Armos. Airy had a faster strat for Argus. Like these things, are the more tangible things you can kind of point to. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna lose 8 seconds here. As you said, I'm gonna lose 6 seconds here, stuff like that.
Yeah, especially like once you reach NMG equipment, like Airy will just be maximum comfortable and just probably start gaining more time on you than if you had like weird equipment. Airy's just incredibly practiced for anything that shows up in NMG.
Yeah, I mean, well, this is again over the course of however many years Airy's been running this game, not just like rando, like it obviously does really show, right? Again, like the comfort zone for many NMG runners is going to be Temper Sword plus boots, and this is going to be no different, for Airy. Versus like again, like Gamma's strength. Like, Gamma, I think hasn't really put up. Did he? He didn't really, I think put a lot of time into like energy specifically to grind it out, but I'm sure he can get a good time. But like I think probably Gamma's bulk of time is going to be in rando, especially if you're, oh my god, okay, perfect Barry. You are probably like we just actually saw like Gamma's, I think like Master Sword Colster fight in game 1 was was very strong, right? Actually ended up saving up a lot of time. Again, everybody has different strengths.
Yeah. that's what I meant, because yeah, Gamma probably has an advantage over Airy in boss fights if it's like weird equipment, because Gamma's just he just can fight every boss on anything and just doesn't slow down. He doesn't die. He's just very, very consistent with stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you know, like while like so NMG is kind of like on a class by itself, like in that everything is fixed, right? Like so you just kind of get to grind it out to whatever suits you the best. And also part of rando seeds is going to be like the luck of the item placement. There are going to be some seeds that will favor one runner over the other. Just again, based on what their skill set is, right? If you are looking down at a fighter sword 4 to 5 heart entire seed, that's I think it's certainly gonna play to Gamma's strengths, because again, as you mentioned, like he can just do anything on garbage equipment. But if you have maybe something that you get temper sword early, you get boots early, like it's gonna be very hard to catch Airy, in terms of execution, because everything he's done, for the past whatever 8 whatever years, probably more, in this game is just gonna be all reflected, in his execution.
Yeah, as he just proved on Trinex again, doing the very, very cool strat here, where you just shoot 2 rod shots, 1 for each head, and then extend the freeze on each head with a poke dash.
Yeah, certainly still a very close race though, between Gamma and Airy, and of course Telthar and Ravus as our pilots. Keep in mind though, this is a best of 3 series. Gamma and Ravus are ahead 1 game, and so if Airy and Telthar take the win for this game, then we will have a actual triple header for game 3. Otherwise, if Gamma and Ravus end up taking out the win, that's who we'll be facing in the finals.
Yeah, I mean, we're all here for a triple header though, right? So
of course, yeah.
We all want Airy to win this one, and then we want like a tie for the next one, and then we want the 4th game.
Yeah. It's okay. We'll just keep playing Pilot Spoiler until what is it like? What is it? I think Wellkick said best of 1, best of 3, or best of 49 or 42, 69. No problem.
Yeah, we'll be here until our voices give out, and then maybe somebody else has to take over.
Yeah. I do have to eat dinner at some point.
Yeah, and I will at some point have to eat breakfast. Once it goes on for too long.
You should eat at some point. Yes, Pichu, you definitely should eat at some point. Okay, before that point, hello Telthar. Yes, Telthar, of course, is one of the pilots, and piloting is still very stressful. It's very intense, and not certainly, to making any comparisons to the runners, because I think, Pilot Spoiler in general is just a very intense event, for both people. For what it's worth, at this point, there's probably not too much more that the pilots can influence in the outcome of the race. Just because, again, like we have the Meyer Big Key now from Mimic Cave, we have the Medallion, we have our GT Small Key, we have GT Big Key. Maybe there's some more stuff upstairs. You can try and remind your reminder. Oh yeah, hey, by the way, there's a heart piece up there. Hey, there's a heart container up there.
Yeah.
That's kind of it.
Yeah, one efficiency that pilots still can do in the end game is try to set up a health refill on the top of GT, making it so you get your last heart piece for a refill up there, so you're in full health when you face Ganon. Well, when you face Moldom 2 and Aga 2, we're not gonna pretend like you don't get hit on the way to Ganon. I bet Airy wouldn't get
it. I was gonna say, maybe Airy though, like, I don't know, we didn't see him fight Moldom 2 first game, so we could,
True.
Like, we may not see Airy fight Moldom 2 second game either. Yeah, but I think also maybe another one, so good, different from this year, is that everyone gets to watch the restream or the other person's stream, which wasn't quite the case, I think 2 years ago, when this tournament was done. And so one of the jobs the pilot thing also had was kind of like be able to scout out the opponent, kind of, especially in this case if it's tight race, maybe pilots can, maybe it's better off to keep quiet. But you know, like if something does happen to the other side, like oh yeah, hey, by the way, they end up getting hit in G4 and they're on 1 heart. Oh my gosh, the person died. Like you know, that's gonna be something that you know you can still keep track of as a pilot. But certainly like the whole like holy crap, you know, where are all my TR keys and pod keys and like doing all the item discoveries, like how do I route this most efficiently, you know, type of thing. That part is, you know, that part is sailed.
Yeah. No, the runner has to just keep it together for GT. While the pilot can chill and, you know, recover their strength for game 3.
For game 3. Okay, did we get rid of Spooky?
Okay. Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, so Gamma unfortunately missed that 0 cycle on Vitreous because the eyeball, the last ball dodged the arrow when he shot it. So that was a bit unfortunate.
Yes, JD, they are in fact doing a triple header. Whatever will end up happening will be game 3 deciding. Assuming, in this case, Ari and Telthar win game 2.
Yeah. They have a pretty complete, and Ari definitely has strong execution. That he probably won't give up time here unless he somehow ends up dying at the top of GT.
Yeah.
So
right. Okay, the cutscene is 44:09. That starts with sort out. So we'll see in this case what the, according to ZSR's timer, you know, we'll see in this, you know, what the difference is. I guess probably like 45 seconds. That's my estimate. Let's see.
Yeah, just straight up climbing.
Yeah, and with 7 hearts, green mail, not gonna be, you know, I think it'll still be fine. You know, again, you would like to have blue mail. You maybe like to have, you know, again, like a heart refill at the end, maybe like a safety, but this is a situation where both runners are pretty familiar with.
Yeah.
4? What did I say? 09? So
Maybe.
45 seconds?
Sounds about right. I did not remember what time you said.
All right, well it's fine. Okay, I think it's 45 seconds difference. Going up GT. I mean, probably. He has Temper Sword and boots. So yes.
Yeah, this is at most comfy. Like 7 hearts is like where you start being really comfy for this. Gamma's not like, going the top route to this room, so he took some special damage, which it looked unintentional because he got hit by the anti-fairy, but yeah, whenever this pan was there.
Yeah, but I think at this point, you know, again, like we kind of saw in game 1, right, where kind of flipped, right, Gamma and Ravis had about a 45-second, you know, buffer over Ari and Telethar, and well, we kind of just see what Ari Terminator looked like. Ari made up quite a lot of time, you know, again, but like, so I think at this point, you were still going to certainly play till the end, right? You really don't know what's going to happen because deaths or missing anything can still befall even the best of runners. But at this point, probably they need Ari to, I guess, make, you know, like a non-trivial, you know, mistake.
Yeah, which, if that is what you hope for against Ari, like, it's not the greatest position, but it can definitely happen. Like, even Ari makes mistakes sometimes.
Yeah, and so what do you actually think about the routing? You know, ultimately, like, so Telthar and Rava, no boots, but flute first version.
It's a good question. So, Gamma and Ravis ended up getting the flippers early, which all on double dip of Saha, and that's like super slow. So I think in the end, the route that Ari and Telethar took might have been a bit better.
It's hard to see sometimes too.
Yeah,
especially in this.
It's hard to evaluate.
Yeah. Missed the IP key. That was
ended up doing
all the flute stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. You did have another Blackboard entry, and you did the flute stuff without boots, but like your way into ice was pretty smooth because of that, at least with the fake flippers, and you didn't need to double dip Saha. I don't know. It's like hard to evaluate because there's good things about both routes. Would have done bottom cave in twice anyway. That's fair.
I think I understand now why Ari doesn't want to fight Wildon 2. I'm kind of watching, in this case, Gamma get completely bullied. Yeah, we do have to be a little bit careful on Gamma's side too. He does the cape out, which is really good. But I know that as much practice as people have with the Aga fights, like it's you really would like one more heart just to be safe.
Yeah, the blue wards can get you sometimes. And yeah, you can't really use the cape that much either because this is going to be a silver scan, so you need magic for that fight.
Okay, everything's fine. Everything's fine. We're not gonna get blue balled.
Okay, we're good. We're good.
All right. Okay, we are safe for now. Yeah, dying here in Aga 2, while it's probably one of the least desirable places that you want to die. I mean, you would never want to die, but like you have to make the climb again. And yeah, I mean, like here you can also still you can die again, and maybe it's gonna be sometimes desirable for you to go get some of your health back. But I mean, like it's much smaller cost, in terms of time. Yeah, Ari, by the way, is already in phase 4. This is how fast the fight has been. Of course, he got torch glitch. He's landing all his triples. Again, as you would expect, a former world record holder of a 122 time. Ari to be. Gamma is here fighting phase 1 and 2 with the cape out just in case. Again, 1 heart makes it a little bit dicier.
Yeah, it's good to just have a panic button so they don't accidentally die.
All right, that's sort up though for Ari. Big GGs. We got a game 3.
Yeah. Big GGs. Tying up the series, and we're gonna have a game 3 right after this. After some small break, I assume.
Yeah, maybe at 3 p.m. That's my guess. All of these have been like 50-minute seeds.
Yeah.
Oh yes, the silvers, by the way, for those of you curious. I believe we got a note that it was Meyer Big Key Chest, which is the cutscene one, which yeah.
That one just takes too long. Right, in the meantime, Gamma's finishing up Ganon.
I think that both routes were pretty reasonable. I mean, again, you really can't fault I'm going to rush boot seed or like strategy, because more often that is going to be correct. Maybe in this case it's again, like there could have been different decisions, could have been different execution that went along with decisions. I mean, it's harder, to kind of make that decision while your runner's like, okay, what do I go do next? And you only have like 5 minutes basically to try to figure out what you're supposed to go do. Oh my gosh, we could have pulled pedestal for the shield.
Yeah, that would have been good for Swan.
Think about the shambles we had,
Yeah, Telfa explaining in chat how he missed the ice key in Scorewoods in map chest, and once Ari had dropped down, he couldn't get it anymore. Yeah, but the way they did it with getting the ice key out of Wu and then just doing the flute route, I think it was a pretty good backup. So it was very well thought out in the end.
Alright, both Ari Telthar and Gamma Rivas are sufficiently warmed up. This is for all of this is for the privilege to be able to move on to the finals of the tournament.
The privilege of facing us.
It's been quite the series. I mean, like, I'm personally really glad, the past spoiler, Bricky, and of course all the other admins decided to take the time to actually put this tournament on. I think it's been very well received, a lot of participants, and certainly, like the group stage was quite fun, and the bracket stages, certainly while a lot of fun, especially when you get to like the semifinals, you know, for example, for this matchup, is really intense.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is such a good matchup, and it's super fun to watch and commentate this one.
Yeah, and I will say, both of these teams up till this point were undefeated, right? I think all through groups, Arian Telthar and Gamma and Rebus, 6-0, and of course, you know, 2-0'd each of their series of opponents, you know, before this. And this is also like one of the like most star-studded quartet. That's the term I was looking for. People. Every single one of these people has at least one title to their name. You know, Rebus, I think, is a German tournament. You know, German tournament winner, champion. Telthar, among other things, right? As I think a league champion. I'm sure didn't he win some like.
He won Kabuki.
Kabuki, right? That was the thing. That's yes. He won Kabuki. Gamma obviously has, you know, spoiler titles, ladder invitational titles. I mean, Telthar also has those too. You know, like, and Airy, of course, you know, all of them have 1 million titles. You know, and so it's just like, you know, this is kind of like the best of the best. You know, competing against each other.
Yeah. This lineup is actually kind of crazy. It's crazy that even the pilots have so many accomplishments as runners.
All right.
Telthar also has a Survivors of Hyrule title. That's right. Yeah. So yeah, they were it was him, Airy, Mike, and Humbug, I believe, was the winning team for the Boomer Rangers.
In season 1, right?
Season 1, yeah.
Is this? Oh, okay. There we go. Okay. Hello, everybody. We're gonna get ready for game 3. So give us a few minutes. We're gonna go to the countdown screen, and we'll be back very shortly for a very hype game 3, which is actually pretty awesome that we're actually doing that. So we'll be right back.